Talking about my videos going to be all over the map. They are, because this is going to be a weekend tidbit. Haven't done one of these in a while. But I want to talk a little bit about anxiety, a little bit about my cold, a little bit about the weather and my walking. We're going to cover all three of them bases, guys. That's right. It's going to be a weekend tidbit. And we're also going to talk about a YouTuber I've been watching. Still not going to give his name yet, because I'm gonna talk to the guy a little bit more here and there through the comments. Then I'm gonna ask him if it'd be okay if I give him a shout out. So let's run that intro. Then we'll be back and let's talk a little bit about them things I just mentioned. Yeah. All right, let's start off from here. I don't know what it is whenever I'm feeling under the weather, which I got this terrible cold and this kicking my butt. I don't know what it is. Something about that makes me watch videos on YouTube. Last time I had the cold, I watched these guys going out finding old cars and bringing them back to life. This time I'm watching this guy outside of Cincinnati. He lives in Cincinnati doing historical videos about Cincinnati. And I'm going from one video to the next, just glued to that screen. I don't know what it is about me being sick, but when I'm sick, that's what I do. Alright, let's jump up a little bit about the anxiety and panic issues. You know, you guys know I suffer with this, but there's something else I suffer with which I think goes hand to hand with this. It's trusting my own decisions, trusting my own thought pattern. Do you know, when I'm having an anxiety issue kicking in, I don't trust anything about whatever I think. I don't trust myself. Let me give you a good example. And this might have an explanation behind it, but let me give you a good example. Let's say I just took my medication. Yes, I'm on medication because I got heart issues. So I just took my medication. I go in there and I sit down, and I usually have lunch as soon as I take my medication. And I sit there, and for some reason my mind goes to the pattern of like, you know, it's a possibility you already took your medication today. The next thing you know, I overthink it. Yeah, I do that real easy. You know, I'd be getting up out of my chair and go double checking on myself to make sure I didn't take my medication. Guys, if you only had a clue how many times I go through this and do just that, you'd be amazed. Well, no more than 30 minutes ago, I just took my dose of cough syrup, okay? Took my dose of cough syrup, went in there, and I was going to go continue watching this guy I've been watching on YouTube. Then I was like, didn't I already take that cough syrup this morning? Didn't I? Knowing damn well I didn't, because I didn't take it. My time to take it was 12 noon. Knowing damn well I didn't take it. But literally got up, had to go to my sink and look for the little cup I used to put the cough syrup in, to make sure there wasn't another cup in there. Because I overthought the pattern. Overthought it. I don't trust myself. See, when I think I did something that I already did, like is a medication, it scares me, which makes my panic and anxiety rise. And when my anxiety rises, my panic rises, I don't trust my own opinion. I don't trust my own thought pattern. And then I go in there and I double question everything I did. Then even after I proved to myself that I did not do what I thought I did, I still question that. Figure that one out, my friends. I'm serious. And it's worse when I'm sick. Now on to the weather. Well, today is going to be the hottest day so far this spring. It's going to get super hot out here today. So that means my walking pattern has to change. I do my walks whenever I have the coolest time of the day. Now, I could probably get away with a walk right now if I chose to. More than likely I can. But time, well, if I was smart, I'd be out there doing it now. But I'm going to have to wait till this evening to do it, because I'm going to have to walk when the sun's starting to go down. You don't want to do the hard walks like I do in the heat of the day, especially when it's going to be 90-some degrees and humidity is going to be off the charts. Nah. You don't get a good workout. It's not good for you anyway. I was supposed to mow the back part of my yard today, but guess what happened last night? It rained. Yeah, so I might be able to get to it tomorrow. It didn't rain hard, but hard enough it would make it miserable to mow it. So I'm going to wait till tomorrow and mow the back part of my yard. Oh yeah, I don't know if I told this, already, and well, today's video, which is my Friday still, my lawnmower seemed to be okay. Well, it wasn't okay, it's still missing and sputtering, but better than what it was. But yeah, I'm gonna nail that tomorrow morning, possibly. Yeah, what do you guys think? The thing about my evening walks is I actually kind of prefer them. I prefer them more over in the other walks. I don't know why I do this, but I look forward to summertime. In the wintertime, I usually picked the walks well, as soon as the temperatures came up warm enough for that day. Let's say the high is going to be 23 degrees. I will wait till it's 23 degrees and I will schedule my walk for that time, for that temperature. Well, in the summertime, I schedule for the coolest time of the day. And it may not be cool enough to walk until about 7:38 tonight. That means when I get done walking this evening, it's probably going to be dark. Just saying. But I need to at least get some type of walk in. Even though I'm under the weather, I need to do something. You know, it won't be a full-blown 5 miles, but maybe I could get a couple miles in. Now, the last time I was sick, that cold was a lot worse than this cold. That cold literally kicked my ass. Sorry about the bad word. I didn't mean to do that, but it really put me down on my butt. This one, well, it's bad. I mean, it's not really super bad, but I seem to have the energy with this one. The last one, I had no energy, none whatsoever. Now, I will tell you something, though. Although I haven't had the headaches like I did with the last one, but last night I had a headache with this one. Oh, my gosh. It was kicking my butt. My head was just pounding and pounding. Nothing the 2 Tylenol didn't take care of, but the last one, oh, man. Whew. I kept coughing. My nose stayed stopped up. I kept going through Kleenexes. And my head just stayed pounding. This one, I've been getting a stopped up nose, but not the runny nose, and my head only hurt last night, so yeah. Alright, guys, what I call you guy. Alright, let's jump over to the YouTuber I've been watching. I figure I'm going to watch a couple more of his videos, and then I'm going to leave a comment to the guy. Say, hey, you mind if I give you a shout out on my channel? And if he gives me the okay, I will give him a shout out this coming week. Okay, now I'm going to tell you now, hands down, his historical videos are better than any ones I've done. At least I think so. This guy obviously did his research. That or he just knows what he's saying. And he has a hell of a lot more of them. What he does on historical videos is what I wanted to do on my documentaries. It's something I still have a fever for, is to go out there with my camera, pick different locations and talk about it. I got a few of them out there I've done this with, but nowhere near as many as he does. And that's what attracts me to his videos. Of course, it does leave me questions. The more and more I watch him, the more I want to kind of get to know what he's all about. I'm taking he's about 40-some years of age. He's younger than I am. I'm taking it he was born and raised in Cincinnati. At least I think he was, because he knows so much about it. Couldn't tell you whereabouts in Cincinnati. Of course, he's going to keep that hidden off YouTube. I don't blame him. But, you know, it's almost like he's a YouTuber. He does similar videos than what I do. Our videos are similar. And it's just like it caught my attention right off the bat. And believe me, I watch lots of YouTubers out there. Lots of them. And I have to say, so far, this is one of my favorites. Yeah. I like what he does. I like how he handles himself. I mean, he's just an all-around good YouTuber. So, guys, yeah, if I get the guy's permission, I'll give him a shout-out. And have you guys go out and check out his channel. Don't know if you're familiar with Cincinnati, Ohio or not, but if you like history, he has a lot of it. As most of you guys know, if you've been following me the whole time since I've had my YouTube channel, you guys will know I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio. We moved out here in Indiana in 1983. I was brought up and raised in Cincinnati. I lived all over Cincinnati. So with that being said, you know, I still want to learn a lot about the history there. And what's weird about the history in Cincinnati, the more history I learn, it reminds me of my father. Yeah. Because Dad was brought up and raised in Cincinnati too, and it just reminds me so much of my dad. It reminds me of times when before I was born, what times were like back then. Because I mean, me with my thrust for history and my love for history, I wonder what things were like back 100 years ago, 200 years ago. My forefathers that walked in my footprints before I wonder what things were like. Like when I see an old building that has made of brick, I wonder what was going through that man's mind that put down the mortar that he put the brick on. After he did that job that day, did he go home to a family? If he did, where did he live? What was life like back then? Today's life, we have it now that we're so used to, was completely the opposite back then. Complete opposite. Some will say I over-assess, or is that even a word, with history. It's true. It is. Because when I look at something of historical, I don't look at it and see what it's worth. I don't look at it for any other way but, wow. What if it could talk, what can it tell me? Like these old buildings you see in these old towns. We got them here. If these buildings had a voice, what would they say? Boy, they could really say a lot, can't they? Alright guys, here's your weekend tidbit. I had nothing else better to do because I'm taking it easy today. I am going to try to walk this evening. Right now I'm going to try to get my dog up and then I'm going to take myself a little nap. It's one thing when you're sick, you try to get as many naps in as you can because naps do make one better. So until next time guys, thanks for watching. Leave comments. I read them all. And I lost my train of thought. Alright, come on. Let's get out of here.